Hello, my friend, and welcome to Wisdom Trek. This is Guthrie Chamberlain, and I'm your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 7-day-a-week, 7 Minutes of Wisdom podcast. This is day 359 of our trek, and earlier this month we began a detailed series, which we originally introduced in January, called Your LifePlan Blueprint. We have synthesized this information into a 100-page manual workbook, which contains all the forms needed to create and maintain your personal life plan. It is our initial release of the manual workbook and is available for download at wisdom-trek.com on the left-hand sidebar of any page. If you are listening on your smartphone, you can also text the word LifePlan with no spaces to 44222 and your LifePlan Blueprint will be delivered to you in an email. The manual workbook is free during the month of May, so I would encourage you to become one of our early adopters so that all the updates will be available to you free also. By the end of 2016, we will have a complete web mobile version available of your LifePlan Blueprint, which you'll be able to complete online. Thank you so much for coming along with me as we check through each page of your LifePlan Blueprint. If you'd like to listen to any of the past episodes, please go to wisdom-trek.com to listen to them and to read the daily journal. You can also subscribe to Wisdom Trek at iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Google Play so that each day's trek is downloaded to you automatically. We are broadcasting from our studios at the Big House in Marietta, Ohio. Sunday, we worshiped at Putnam Congregational Church, where we used to attend on a regular basis when we spent more time in Marietta, and I've had the privilege of speaking there many times. Today was the first day of their newly hired pastor, Peter Bridgewood. His message was very good, and his younger age should be a very positive step in reaching the younger demographic into the church. Sunday afternoon, I invested several hours tilling up the flower circle in front of the house where we intend on planting the newly purchased roses. As a reminder, we are looking at changing the format of Wisdom Trek on June 1st, so please email me at guthrie@venturecg.com or leave me a comment at the bottom of today's journal and let me know if you'd like me to continue Wisdom Trek on a 7-day, 5-day, or 3-day per week schedule. Also, let me know if you'd like any changes to the format of the daily trek. Thank you so much in advance for your feedback. It is now time to get started on the 21st day of your LifePlan Blueprint workbook. If you missed any of the previous days in this series, they are available at wisdom-trek.com. On our trek for today, we continue on the fourth step of the WESPER framework, which is the planning phase. Our focus for today is the exploration on how best to fit your plan into your schedule. We are taking several days to hike through each step of creating your life plan, and I would encourage you to trek with me through this process and complete the associated forms that are included in your LifePlan Blueprint workbook. If you are following along in the manual workbook, today let's explore the second segment of planning, which is contained on pages 49 through 52 of your LifePlan Blueprint workbook. You can also view this information in the journal for day 359 on wisdom-trek.com. So how do you fit your plan into your schedule? Well, once you've set your 7-year objectives and the detailed activity goals for each of the 7 areas of your life, your weekly and daily tasks should now be clear. Now you need to fit them into your schedule and integrate your plan into your daily life. Be proactive in allocating the time required. This will create certainty that your whole plan will be acted upon. And here's a simple formula. Time plus energy plus attention equals productivity. And we want to be proactive and productive in our implementation of your LifePlan Blueprint. So the first point is you need to get a calendar. You need a daily calendar and task list, which lists all the hours as you schedule your task. Depending on your preference, you might like a web-based calendar, a calendar in your email client, a manually created calendar, or even a hard copy of a calendar. I use Gmail and Google Calendar myself, and it is web-based so that I can access it from any computer, tablet, or smartphone, making it extremely convenient and making sure everything is synced together. I find it extremely helpful in keeping me organized. Keep in mind that whatever you use, it is just a tool. Use what works best for you. The task list app that I use on my smartphone is called GoTask, which works very well for me because it allows me to segment tasks for the various clients and my own personal task. There are dozens of apps available for your phone, so find one that works well for your needs. The second area we want to look at is to identify the best times to work on your daily activity goals. You must be clear on when you can work on your objectives and goals. There are 2 factors to determine this. The first one is your time. Determine when you'll make available the time for your goal-specific task. The second is your energy level. As you are allocating for this task, choose a time when you'll be in a proper mind frame to work on your goals. Be realistic and do not run into a situation where you overcommit yourself with tasks that are not part of your LifePlan Blueprint. Learn to say no to anything that does not fit into your life plan so that you can say yes to what's truly important. My virtual mentor Zig Ziglar put it this way: people often complain about the lack of time when it is the lack of direction that is a real problem. Your primary focus is creating a life plan that will enable you to complete your objectives and goals. Your life plan blueprint represents a task toward fulfilling your purpose in life. You will need to be persistent, consistent, and dedicated to making your life plan work. This is very different from traditional goal-setting programs where they attempt to fit in working on your goals into an already busy schedule. Your life plan blueprint is your trek of life and the very process by which you live. You must decide to make the necessary adjustments in life to make your plan work for you. It is your choice. It is not about managing time better. Time management is actually impossible. We all have 24 hours in each day, and you can no more manage time than you can stop the rotation of the earth. We cannot manage time, but we can manage our activities. When you understand that you are accountable for managing your activities, you will start to focus on life from a different perspective. Now, based on the choices that you've made in the past, it may appear that others have control of your time, but you don't have to continue that way for the remainder of your life. By the end of this first 7-year season, you will have the capacity to control how all of your time is invested. Your time can either be spent on little redeeming value, or it can be invested so that your return on that investment helps you to fulfill your life purpose. You may need to invest some time now to examine how you spend your time. How are you spending your time every day? What are the different activities that you are involved in? How much time is taken for each activity? What activities take up the most time? Do these activities move you closer to your life purpose or farther away? When you answer these questions, don't make excuses for yourself. Take control of your activities, or in other words, manage your life. As we continue to identify the best times to work on your daily activity goals, a simple yet effective tool enables you to get immediate clarity on how you prioritize your activities, and it is one I created and is called the Activity Management Matrix. It is found on page 51 of your Life Plan Blueprint or in today's journal notes. The Activity Management Matrix. Once you have taken the opportunity to study the Activity Matrix, you will come to realize that to be successful with your Life Plan Blueprint, you need to invest your time primarily in Quadrant 2. In doing so, you will minimize the time spent in Quadrant 1 by being proactive in Quadrant 2. Spending time in Quadrants 3 and 4 dramatically slows down your trek toward fulfilling your life purpose, so we should avoid those two quadrants as best as possible. It is a requirement that you incorporate time for rest and relaxation as part of your life plan. This will enable you to achieve your balanced life and maximize every moment of your life for its intended purpose. The Apostle Paul wrote in his letter to the Church of Ephesus in chapter 5, verses 15 through 17, "So be careful how you live. Don't live like fools, but like those who are wise. Make the most of every opportunity in these evil days. Don't act thoughtlessly, but understand what the Lord wants you to do." And the third point we want to look at today is to schedule your weekly and daily activities, goals, and tasks. After you have identified the best times to work on your goals, here's where you need to schedule your goals and tasks. And I have 3 points to help us with this. The first is to schedule your key activities of success. Start filling in the available time slots with your key activities of success first. These are the most important tasks in your goal settings and need to be placed in first. As part of your long-term life plan, it is important to complete all activities, if possible, but focus on the tasks that will have the greatest impact first. Second, schedule your remaining tasks. After giving priority to your key activities of success, fill in the other tasks. These will be the remaining tasks that need to be done in the course of your life plan. The remaining tasks are not necessarily all that critical in the bigger picture of your goals, but they do need to be done anyway as part of your activity goals and your life plan. And the third point is to ensure that you spend a disproportionate amount of time and energy on your key activities of success. Ideally, the majority of your time is allocated on your key activities of success. Your other tasks should be disproportionately skewed toward the former. The ratio will be dependent on the context of your activity goals to your overall life plan. But the general principle is to spend as much time and focus on your key activity goals of success as possible. As Stephen Covey put it, once you have a clear picture of your priorities, that is the values, goals, and high leverage activities, organize your life around those. As you work on your schedule, here are a couple more tips that will help you to build a more robust schedule. First, batch or schedule similar tasks. See if you can be more effective by batching tasks or scheduling similar tasks together. such as doing all your exercise routines in one block of time while listening to audiobooks or podcasts to improve your mind or other areas of your life. Another suggestion is doing all your grocery shopping once per week. Or third, batch prepare your meals for an entire week with a specific portion size. A second tip would be allocate sufficient time for each task. Many of us often run into situations where we underestimate the time needed for an activity. Develop a good understanding of your timing needs for each task and allocate the proper time accordingly. And also schedule buffer time. This is for contingency purposes. This will come in handy at times when there are unexpected events that occur which do need your attention, or when you underestimate the time taken for a particular task. If you find that you don't have enough time to schedule all your tasks, you will need to reprioritize time across all activities within your life plan, or choose only those important activities that will allow you to move closer to fulfilling your life purpose. You may have to delay some of your activities for another season of life, and don't hesitate to do this. Continue to massage your schedule until you are able to fit everything into your time schedule. Remember, you cannot manage time, only your activities. So on our check for today, we discovered the tools needed to fit your plan into your schedule within the planning phase of your WESPER framework. Using these tools will ensure your successful planning within your LifePlan blueprint. Tomorrow we will explore the third segment of planning phase, which is to ensure congruency with your strategy. After that, we will move on to the fifth phase of the WESPER framework, which is the execution phase. This information is contained on pages 53 through 55 of your LifePlan Blueprint Workbook and Manual. And if you've not done so already, make sure you download your LifePlan Blueprint and encourage your friends and family to join us, and then come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. That will finish our trek for today. Just as you enjoy these daily doses of wisdom, we ask you to help us to grow Wisdom Trek by sharing it with your family and friends through email, Facebook, Twitter, or in person as you meet with them, and invite them to come along with us each day. The journal for today's trek is available at wisdom-trek.com. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, you are my friend, as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. As I take this trek together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.